Okay, so a lot of you have been asking me about things to do with your art project, and you've been telling me that you don't have any art supplies at home. Well, if you have magazines, then you have art supplies. I use a lot of magazines. Come on, guys, we use lots of magazines at school. Um, and some of you have said, "Well, I don't have glue." Well, there are recipes for glue. You can use glue. You can use flour and water, more flour than you do water. But this is one of the reasons why I keep old jars, because you can mix your own glue. If you don't have flour, you can also use starch and a little bit of water and some vinegar. So it's not the best in the world, but it does stick. One of the things that I do first is I go through and I pick out the magazines that have the right colors. For example, go through and I get all my blues, anything that's red, and I just make a big pile. And this is fun because you can get the whole family involved in this. Once you get your stacks of color, then you can start tearing them and making those little stacks. So preparation is the key. You want to get it all together. I put these in baggies so that I can get back to them later. On a project, okay? I'm still into wildflowers because we're still doing Georgia O'Keeffe, and plus there's just beautiful wildflowers around right now. So the first thing you want to do when you're doing a landscape is you want to decide where the horizon line is. You want to know where the sky meets the ground. So just decide, put yourself a line across, and that's going to be your horizon line. Very simple. If you want to put some cliffs or some mountains in the background, you can do that. It just depends on how intricate you want to get. So that's your first step, okay, when you're starting to do the project itself. And then after that, you're going to start gluing these little pieces. You're just going to keep tearing it. It's kind of like a puzzle. It's probably a good time to work on stuff like this because if you've already built your puzzle and you don't have anything else to do, then make your own. I learned this from my kids at school. I watched them do little things, little tricks, because they're always in a hurry to do stuff. They put a little bit of glue on a piece of magazine, and then that way you've got a puddle. And then you're just going to start taking your different magazine pictures and dip them into the glue and start building up where your flowers are going to go. Now I'm doing blue bonnets and Indian paintbrushes. I'm probably going to do some sunflowers. And depending on how big your pieces are, I've done mine kind of small. Depends on what age group you're looking at. If you've got tiny ones, then you're going to want bigger bigger pieces. If you don't want to draw it, if you just hate doing that part, then find a coloring book, and you can actually use, this one's a little bit more sophisticated, but if you've got really young ones, then you can do a coloring book picture and just glue those little pieces onto the coloring book. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you an idea about something to do on a rainy day or during this time with this where we're all stuck inside and trying to be quarantined and not go out, not go buy anything, not have to go to the store for your supplies. So hope it helps. Till next time.